Hello and welcome again to another edition of Husker Chat Live. Sean Callahan with HuskerOnline.com. And as always, Husker Chat Live is brought to you by Sandhills Global, powered by ABM. If you have equipment to sell it at auction time. And as always, Husker Chat Live is brought to you by Sandhills Global, powered by ABM. If you have equipment to sell it at auction time. That's on my end. Sorry about that, guys. I had my YouTube channel pulled up, but as we make our way through spring practice right now, less than a week or about a week left before the red-white spring game. Today, we're talking defensive backs. That's probably one of the most competitive position groups, particularly on the defense right now. I've got Tommi Hill joining us. I talked to Tommi earlier. Welcome here, Tommi, to Husker Chat Live, Arizona State transfer from Orlando, Florida.
Thank you for having me.
Then we've got down below Myles Farmer, Isaac Gifford, and Deshon Singleton. Where are you guys at? Is that Myles Farmer's bedroom that you're broadcasting live from?
Yeah, we have my crib right now. We chilling.
All right, guys. Well, welcome to Husker Chat Live. And the great thing about Husker Chat Live, it allows the fans the opportunity to ask you guys questions. You get a lot of bad questions from us, the reporters. Let's see if the fans can ask some better questions. So if you have a question for Tommi, Myles, Isaac, Deshon, fire away in the chat section. We will take your questions here on Husker Chat Live from the fans. We get a lot of great questions. So make sure you come in with a question. But I want to get right to it. First, here, start with you, Tommi. How has the adjustment been for you? You came from Arizona State. You arrived at Lincoln in January. How has the spring gone for you, Tommi?
The spring has going good. It was a lot of changes coming from ASU to Nebraska, but I stepped up and got through it.
What for you being a new guy in a new program, what has been the biggest adjustment?
Just the playbook. Cause ASU I was just playing man, so now I just got to know the whole playbook. Learning from the boys down below. That's about it.
All right, well, let's bring in the guys down below. Got a couple of veterans in there along with a newcomer. I'll start first with you, Myles. I mean, you've got the most experience for Nebraska here of this group. You're stepping in, hoping to win a job this spring with some guys like Deontay and moving on. How do you feel like you've done kind of stepping into that role and break down your spring so far, Myles?
I believe stepping in that role has been it's been helpful to my game. I have to be on my P's and Q's, know the playbook, and also help the guys that just got here learn the playbook and just getting used to playing with each other, getting to know each other, stuff like that.
Just the experience you've gotten, you've been able to make some big plays the last 2 years. How has that benefited you just getting the number of snaps you've been able to get the last 2 seasons?
It just gives me confidence. I know how the game goes. I know the pace of it. I know how attention to detail, it helps, it benefits your play in the game. So I just feel like I'm experienced.
Let's bring in now Isaac Gifford. And Isaac, you've got some big shoes to fill. A lot of people kind of say you're kind of stepping into that JoJo Domann role. Would you describe that, accurately, or would you say that your role is maybe a little bit different than what JoJo did the last few years?
Yeah, no, I don't think my role really changes a whole lot. It's the same job. I'm going to play it the same way. I'm smaller than JoJo, but it don't matter. I can play at 205. I did against Iowa and Wisconsin, 2 of the biggest running Big Ten teams, so my role is going to be the same, and I can do it.
And you've played a lot of special team snaps, maybe the most of any player the last 2 years combined. How has that helped you just get used to playing in Big Ten games?
It's huge, just getting any reps at all is just a confidence builder, like Myles said. Playing special teams, it doesn't matter if it's not defense, right? You're on the field, you're playing, you're competing. So it's just huge to get those reps.
All right, now let's bring in Deshon Singleton, Louisiana native. Had a chance to catch up earlier in the year with Deshon when he first came to Nebraska. Deshon, it's been now a few months for you in Lincoln. How have you adjusted to life in Lincoln?
I adjusted well, everything be going smooth in Lincoln right now. So,
I adjusted well, everything be going smooth in Lincoln right now. So, I just feel like I'm a, I'm experienced.
Lincoln right now, so.
I just feel like I'm a, I'm experienced.
everything be going smooth in Lincoln right now. So, It was good.
What do you think you've brought to the table when you kind of look at your skill set? Where do you fit into this competition at safety? There's really about 4 or 5 of you guys all battling, Myles being one of them right next to you. How do you think you've really fit in, and what have you brought to that competition?
Right now, we just all competing for a spot, in the secondary, spot guaranteed right now. So, I'm just learning from the guys that been there right now, the playbook and everything, and I'm just go from there right now.
Your position coach guys, Travis Fisher, I think he's done a really good job of kind of keeping everybody on their toes, like really, not disclosing depth charts and kind of where guys are at, doing a lot of mixing and matching. For you, Tommi, how much does that kind of keep guys going? Like, you know what, one day I might be with the ones, the next day I could be with the twos. I mean, how much mixing do you do? And, I'm sure when you get moved back and forth, it gets guys pretty fired up. They want to get back up with the ones.
At the end of the day, we compete with each other, but when we leave off the field, we still brothers. You feel me? So when we step off the field, we still brothers, but when we on the field, we got to compete. So that I still compete for safety, and Myles still compete for any position he want on defense. So that's the mindset of defense. So everybody on their toes, nobody try to lack of effort on the field. So everybody on their P's and Q's. So that was about it.
Myles, you've been around for a few springs, and this is different because there's a lot of jobs open where Cam Taylor-Britt, Deontay Williams, Markel Dismuke, I mean, those guys were like 25 years old. It felt like they'd been here for years, and now you guys got your chance. Has it made the spring different knowing that there are real jobs up for grabs? I'm not saying you guys couldn't have beat out those players, but they obviously had a pretty good lock on those jobs.
Yeah, they did have a pretty good lock on them, but it was still competition. Like, their job was still up for grabs. So I feel like it's still the same culture in the room. It's still a competition mindset. You're gonna come there and you're gonna be about your business and try and win your job. So I feel like it's the same as last year, just new guys.
How does Fisher challenge guys to kind of get people fired up, in terms of how he mixes up groups and moves guys back and forth?
He really leaves it all up to you. Like, you got to make plays. So, I mean, you can end up with the twos. You can go back to the ones the next day, and you can be right back with the twos. So he really he does what he wants to do. He puts guys with different guys and see how they operate together.
When do you find out like you're with the twos? Is it like the night before, or like when you roll in the facility in the morning, the groups are posted and you're like, damn, I'm with the twos today? You're like, how do you find that out?
Nah, he'll let you know in the meeting. Like, during the meeting, he'll let you know.
How about Isaac? You've been around the block, obviously, with your brother playing here. You've been around a lot of Nebraska football. What's jumped out about this spring? Just the way Coach Fisher's tried to really create the competition.
And he does a great job of trying to get the best out of everybody, and it might be picking at you some days, right? He might put you with the threes if you're not having the right day, because he wants to get it out of you. I mean, he wants to piss you off and make you work harder. So, I mean, he's super good about just forcing guys to want it more than they already do, So he's done a great job of that this spring.
You got any good stories of guys getting moved down to the threes and just getting pissed off and taking it out? I mean, I've seen that over the years. There was a guy named Philip Dillard, and they were trying to motivate him, and they put him down basically with the walk-ons, and he just started killing dudes down at the lower units because he was so upset he was down there. I mean, do you see that when guys get brought down there?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Coach Fish always tells us a story about Lamar Jackson. After the Ohio State game, he got benched mid-game, and then that next Monday at practice, he came and he worked with the twos, and he destroyed everybody. I mean, he came out with the right attitude. The next thing you know, he's starting again, right? So it sucks, but Fish wants the best for everybody, and he'll get it out of you.
Deshon, for you coming in as a newcomer, just your body and kind of getting right physically. I mean, how much have you gained just in a few months with the training and the training table and all the things that you get access to at Nebraska?
Like, what you mean?
Like weight, strength. I mean, have you been able to make some gains just in a few months here already?
Yeah, I just been getting stronger. Like, I came in at like 203. I'm at 205 now. and I just really feel my body changing and me getting stronger.
How different is it from JUCO ball? I mean, you had to go obviously the hard route, come out of Kansas JUCOs. I mean, how different is this spring compared to what you had been used to before?
Well, this is really my first spring, because I'm still a freshman.
Because you went JUCO just for basically a semester, and then you came to Nebraska, right?
Yeah, really, but really the difference is better facilities, more coaching, all type of stuff. But it's really the same type of grind. That's really it.
Reminder, if you have a question, fire your questions in the chat. You're watching Husker Chat Live. Sean Callahan with HuskerOnline.com. Husker Chat Live is brought to you by Sandhills Global, powered by ABM. If you have equipment to sell it at auctiontime.com. Just got some comments. Hot Juice says, "What's up, Isaac?" I'm not sure if that's one of your fans there, Isaac, but Hot Juice says,
I don't know, man.
Hot Juice.
But we got Kat Freeman wanted to say, "Hey guys, go Big Red." Trey Loper, who's always a participant in Husker Chat Live, excited to watch all you guys play this year. Go Big Red. And our first real question comes from Brett, and it's to Tommi Hill. What is the biggest change from Arizona State to Nebraska, Tommy? That's the weather. You can't take the easy way out and say the weather.
Yeah, that's one of them.
And the girls. You can't do the girls.
But the changes was just probably how Coach Frost run practice, how the fast practice is. Just that's about it. The practice is more coaching. That's about it.
Yeah, you brought up a good point about Coach Frost, and I think Myles and Isaac, you guys can answer this, and I'll let you guys take it down below. But this is the first spring where Coach Frost has had an offensive coordinator where he truly is the coordinator, or where before Frost, was the head coach, but, still called the plays and managed the offense. How have you seen a difference in just 4 weeks now with Coach Frost, Myles, and Isaac?
I do it. I feel like it gives him more leeway to coach both sides of the ball. You'll see him down with the defense a little bit more often, but he's still with the offense most of the practice. But it just lets him move around the field and see different things that he wants to see and not just be focused on offense.
What about behind the scenes, Isaac? Do you notice a difference with just the way, he is with now the court, some of the changes they made with the staff?
Not a huge change. I think, Coach Frost is still in everything, right? He's still the head guy. He's still on offense. He's an offensive coach, always has been, so I don't think there's a huge change other than just toning the new offense and getting it down. That's probably the big thing.
Sticking on that subject of new offense, Deshon, who has been the toughest receiver for you to guard when you break down the receivers you guys see in practice?
It's not really one to me. I don't really see it like that as the toughest receiver to guard. I don't really have none.
How about you, Tommy? You're a lockdown corner. What have you seen from those receivers? Anybody get the best of Tommi Hill yet?
Nah.
If somebody were to give you a challenge, who would be the guy that would give you the biggest challenge?
I ain't gonna downfall no receivers. I love all of our receivers. Love all of them. Love competing with all of them. So I just say all of them.
You sound like a coach, man. Got your coach. All right, let's get down. We got more questions here. This one, and it's more about the newcomers, and not all these guys are on campus, but some other newcomers that have been around. Omar Brown and Javier Morton, particularly. And is Omar Brown working as a corner, I assume, or a safety? And what's been his involvement behind the scenes? And then Javier Morton, what's his role been? And I don't know if some of the older guys that have been around want to take these ones, but can you break down Omar Brown and Javier Morton and where they're being used in the defense? Myles, Isaac, you guys want to take
Omar and Javier, they've been working at corner, so they've just been learning their positions and going on as they should, just listening to Coach Fish and competing every day.
Let's see. Did Tommy ever got another question for Tommy about Arizona State? Did Tommy ever try Word of Mouth Grill in Tempe? It's the best barbecue in Arizona.
No, I never tried Mouth Grill.
I was like, that's a pretty specific question in big cities. I was going to be impressed if you found any good spots to eat in Lincoln. You're new to town. Is there any good spots in Lincoln you like right now?
I'm still trying to find a way around town. I eat everywhere. I eat every restaurant, every fast food. I eat everywhere. Try to find a new spot.
You guys live downtown, right? A lot of the new guys.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't do you walk to the facility a lot of days, or you drive, walk? I mean, how is the setup?
No.
Yeah, they can answer that. We don't drive over there. I mean, we don't walk over there. I mean, we drive over there. Show or someone come pick us up.
What's this? A lot of these guys have these scooters too, right? Miles
Mm-hmm.
and Isaac. Like, what's the story with the scooters? It seems like
I ain't never getting
not
no
me.
scooter.
Not me.
I ain't never getting no scooter. I use Uber.
Yeah, I drove. I was not risking falling off a scooter around campus. I wasn't going to be that guy, so I never got into that.
Yeah, can you imagine the internet Twitter reaction if you were out for the season with a scooter accident?
Shoot, and I've seen it. I've seen guys fall off their scooters, and I was like, yeah, that's not me. I'm all right.
Yeah.
How about you, Deshon? What do you like about Lincoln so far? What have you been able to kind of do? Obviously, you've been dialed in with workouts and spring ball, but how's Lincoln treating you?
Lincoln treating me good. You know, there's good people over here. And I found a couple of restaurants. You know, I went to what's it called? Woody's. Woody's. Yeah, they serve breakfast.
I never been to Woody's.
Yeah, I know. Man, now.
And I went to Mulberry
barbecue. Yeah, they
good.
I gotta go to Stir 22. It's the Jamaican spot.
I gotta go
get jerk chicken and
Okay. Now you pinning me on game. Okay.
They treat me good, man.
Yeah.
All right, we got another question here, NIL related, and all you guys can really chime in on this. What kind of opportunities have you seen? How much do you see NIL growing? Tommy, you've been now at 2 schools. I mean, talk first about NIL at Nebraska versus Arizona State, and just how the opportunities that are there at NIL at Nebraska.
I wasn't really a big player with NIL at ASU, so I couldn't really speak over there. But it's been good for me since I've been here. It's been great. That's about it.
How about you guys down below? I mean, what have you seen with NIL and the opportunities that and how much has it grown just in the last few months?
I mean, it's grown quite a bit. I mean, Jared has done a great job of putting together a lot of stuff for not only football, but all of the Nebraska athletics. You know, he's done a great job of getting us opportunities and hooking up with guys like you, Sean, who put us on podcasts and live streams. So it's really starting to take off, and it's been great so far.
What about you, Deshon, being a new guy? I mean, I'm guessing at the JUCO ranks, obviously there's not much NIL.
Yeah.
Was this kind of a new frontier for you when you got to Nebraska, seeing all the opportunities that guys have been able to make some extra money doing things?
Yeah, it was new because JUCO didn't nobody have NIL, but same thing. Isaac said, I mean, Jared, he hooking us up with everything, giving us opportunities and stuff. So it's good right now.
Got a question here from Trey Loper, and it's about blitzing from the secondary. When they call blitz from the secondary, whether it's safety or corner, how much do your eyes light up when that call comes into a game? Miles, you've obviously been a part of some blitzes. I think, Isaac, you have as well. I'll let you guys start first on when you get that blitz call from Shenander on the sidelines.
It's exciting. You want to get a sack in Memorial Stadium. You want to hear 90,000 go crazy. So, our eyes do get lit up, and you get happy when you get the call that you're finna blitz.
Yeah, it's a little hard to contain that excitement. I mean, that's the dream play to come off the edge, free of the quarterback. So, I mean, it's hard to it's hard to keep it in.
Yeah, that JoJo Dolman sack at Ohio State. I mean, that's like the pinnacle right there. A blindside shot on a first-round draft pick quarterback that, just literally leads to a game-changing play. I mean, that's the stuff a guy dreams of, I would imagine.
It is.
All right, let's move on here. Got a question about strength and conditioning. How do you guys feel about strength and conditioning? Where are you at? Like, what are you doing during the spring? Is it like 2 days a week? And then will you have since spring ball gets over April 9th, will you guys do another few weeks of lifting, or will you go into your kind of May break at that point?
I think we'll do some more lifting because we're still going to be in school. So we're not just going to sit at the crib. So they're going to have some schedule for us.
Is that month of May, though, Isaac, is that, for the players, I mean, how nice is that when you get like 2 or 3 weeks off to go home? And
yeah, it's pretty huge, for most guys that live out of state. I mean, they haven't seen their families in a while, probably since spring break, maybe if they went home, so those couple weeks of May are huge for a lot of guys. They get to go home and see their families and then come back and go back to work, so it's a big thing. It's good.
Now, Deshon, would you go back to Louisiana for a few weeks in May?
Will I?
Yeah.
I don't know right now, but I get probably like a week or so when I go back home.
Okay, something. We were at St. Michael's for Husker night, and Deshon was up on stage, and he shared to the crowd that he owned horses. You got to get back and see your horses, right, man?
I got to go see my baby.
Oh, you got 1 or 2 horses?
I got 2.
2? Did you guys know that?
No,
I didn't know about
Yeah, I knew he had 1. I didn't know 2.
What's their name?
I got his baby, my brother. What's his name? Blaze. My horse name Baby.
So are you wearing like boots?
That's hard.
When you ride the horse, like, are you geared out like a cowboy?
Yeah, I got boots. I got my boots at the crib. But nah, it ain't like that, man.
What's wrong with that?
I got horses in my backyard. That's all it is. They're like pits. You know what I'm saying?
He said they like pits.
How big is the town you're from, Deshon?
Huh?
How big is the town that you grew up in?
Man, how big? Louisiana, it's like 4,000 people.
4,000. So you're a country guy, right?
Yeah, you could say that, but I mean, you can say that.
So you got horses in your backyard.
Gas station, pizza, Walmart, you had it all, right?
Oh yeah, you got Walmart, you got Popeye, all that.
Gas station pizza.
Did you know that, Tommy? So you knew about the horses, Tommy?
Yeah, I knew about 1 of the horses.
You got to teach some of these guys to ride with you, Deshon.
If they want to, I go get them a ride with them.
I know at St. Michael's that people were joking that you're going to get like an NIL horse deal after the event because everybody was like so taken back by your story about the horses.
They need to come at me with it,
All right. Well, let's go on. Next question is from Cactus Sam 98. Kind of a 2-parter. Who has been the biggest leader of the team so far with so many newcomers? Like, who have been some of the guys, offense, defense, that you've seen really take on more leadership roles? Myles, I'll let you go first since you've obviously been around here a long time.
I would say myself, Casey Thompson, Caleb Tanner, Gary Nelson, and the list goes on, like Alante Brown, just some of the guys that were still here, that had the experience, that's been in the game.
Any thing to add to that, Isaac, with the leaders that you've seen in the program and how big that is this spring?
Yeah, I agree with Myles with every guy he said on there. I mean, we're still finding our guys, right? Each position group has got their guy emerging this spring, So, I mean, guys are starting to show, and the guys that are starting to show are the guys Myles said.
Got a question here from Dan. What QBs have you guys picked off the most so far? Tommy, being a lockdown corner, have you picked off Casey Thompson? I'll ask you that first.
No comment.
Oh, you're going to keep it. Have you picked off Logan Smothers?
No comment.
No comment is yes in my world. How about you, Deshon? Have you been able to get any picks on these guys in 7-on-7 or teamwork?
No comment.
No comment. Is anybody going to give us anything here?
Yeah, I got one or two on Casey, and I think I got one on Chella. So I got a couple.
Yeah, you go through so many practices, you're going to get a couple picks here and there. So
we better get a couple picks.
It's a pillow.
Follow-up question about the quarterbacks from Dan. Which QB is the toughest to defend a pass from? Do you have a comment on that one, Tommy?
Outside, probably me. Inside, you got to watch from them two down there. They got to pick their stuff.
Oh.
What was the question? The question
Which
was-
QB?
Which QB is the toughest to defend? Like the way their eyes and the way they place the ball. Like, and you've
I'll say Casey.
Casey.
Yeah, Casey. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably Casey and Logan for sure. Those two are up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who has
them
the
two,
strong, it could be any quarterback. Who has the strongest arm?
Ooh.
And some of these guys you don't see in teamwork. Like Richard Torres hasn't done teamwork, but has a strong. I mean, just from what you've seen, who has the strongest arm?
I've probably seen Air quarterback throw a long bomb. So I think they both all quarterbacks got arms.
All of them have arms.
Yeah.
I think it's probably Henry.
Henry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hartford, yeah. I know.
Yeah.
yeah, he be tossing.
He's got an arm. That's farm grown right
He's
there.
built like a
I'll
tight
go
end.
with that
Too.
one.
Yeah, he's
I'll
big.
go with that one.
He's strong.
Yeah.
Okay, taking yourself out of the equation, who is the hardest hitter on the football team right now on defense? Tommi Hill? Are you going to say no comment, or are you going to give us something?
I never made a big hit yet, so I can't say nothing about who the big hitter is. But I'll probably say no.
No,
He's not a corner, but I say no for sure.
How about you guys down below? Who's the hardest hitter on the defense?
I'm gonna agree with Tommy.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna say
say
Noah.
Noah.
He going
Oh,
crazy.
yeah, Noah will hit pretty hard.
Noah go crazy.
He's a guy too. I mean, has had to be so patient. I mean, has had to wait 3 years to kind of get to this point. That's not easy to do, is it, Miles?
No, not at all. You got your ups and your downs.
I mean, when he came to Nebraska,
That's how you know we really love football. That's why we here. You feel me? That's how you. So God, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
all right, let's move on here to the next question. Let's see. The question is from Mitchell. With the open spots on the secondary and new guys in the room, how does that elevate everyone's game individually and as a room as a whole? I can't wait to watch you guys handle your business this year. Go Big Red. What have you seen, Deshon? I'll let you go first here. I mean, when you see a guy that's in the same spot as you make a good play, does that kind of elevate your game? I mean, how does that break down day to day for you?
Man, it's just really like everybody really competing with each other. You know, there's competition in the whole room. Feel me? Like anybody's spot can get took, so it's like competition. But when we off the field though, like we brothers, you know what I'm saying? It's like a family. When we on that field, we try to elevate each other game. Go hard every play. It's just competition, really.
How about you, Tommy? That competition, because you're obviously in a battle with some guys like Quentin and Braxton that have been around for a long time here too. I mean, do you feel that pressure, or do you like, I'm going to put pressure on these guys and win a job?
Everybody got pressure on their shoulders. So I say I got pressure. But yeah, it was coming from Q and Brax, seeing them compete. If they make a play, I try to put myself in position to make a play so I can even it out or try to be better. That's everybody's mindset. Try to make a play, try to do the right things, and see what coach say from there.
Now, I don't know if this is Javier Morton asking a question, but it's Javi. He said, ask Tommy how many picks he dropped today. Just wanted to give a couple more reactions. Also, can I get an autograph from you guys? That's from Javi, which could be Javier Morton.
Oh, man.
I dropped 3.
You dropped in 7-on-7 or team?
Nah, it was through the whole practice. Dropped 3.
All right. Well, Javier Morton bringing the goods with the questions. We got time for a couple more. Let's see.
That man Hobby put me on the spot, didn't he? Didn't he?
Ooh.
We got a guy that just has a comment, wants to say, can one of you guys please light up Oklahoma wide receiver Marvin Mims when he goes up for a catch this year?
Yes, sir. I got you.
So
Let's see. This is one for more Miles and Isaac. When they play that fourth quarter light show song, how cool was that, especially the Michigan and Northwestern games?
Yeah, it was, the light show.
Yeah, the light
show. That song.
Oh, that's the song?
Yeah, that's
yeah.
No, that was pretty
that's
awesome.
That's
that first time they did it, it was pretty cool. We had no idea, so it was a surprise for sure.
I didn't know the stadium could do that at first. I didn't know the light did that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. What do you guys think about going to Ireland? I mean, are you excited about the trip?
Oh, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm ready.
What Tommy said.
Like, you got to go out for a week. I mean, what are you looking forward about that trip? And you got a huge football game. I mean, obviously that's the most important part about it, but just the experience to go overseas like that. I mean, is it something people have talked about yet?
Nah, we've been talking about it. We mainly excited about the game. Like,
facts.
First
game, Ireland. Ooh.
Yeah, we worry about the game. We got to win.
Yeah,
that's gonna be turned.
And Northwestern will have some wrinkles up their sleeve to try to kind of catch off, just like Illinois did last year. I mean, the way Illinois switched it up a little bit in some areas. All right, let's see if we can get one more final question here. Javi just wanted to say, come on now. Oh, he switched his avatar.
Oh, no, he think.
What's up with it, man?
Javier Morton is taking over the chat. Let's see.
Oh,
what are you talking about, though?
And the final question, Mickey Joseph, just being the wide receivers coach, what has he brought? Because I got to imagine he kind of ratchets up the juice a little bit with him and Fisher, because both those guys have their own kind of confidence. What's Mickey bring? And Trey Palmer, too. I mean, he's definitely not lacking confidence either. What have you seen, Tommy, from Mickey Joseph in practice?
He always compete with me. Before spring started, we compete with each other. I try to line up with his best receiver. We go back and forth. If I lose the rep, he tell me, "Oh, you lost the rep," but next rep I'm gonna win it, and I won the rep. So it's a lot of competitive with Coach Mick and Fish together. So I love that competitive.
Deshon, you're from Louisiana. I mean, have you been able to relate to Mickey Joseph pretty well, just being a Louisiana guy?
Oh, yeah. Me and Mickey, I remember Mardigo came around. His wife got me a king cake, So Mickey's a cool dude, he competitive. So whatever you do on the field, he's going to try to put his best receiver against you and compete with you.
Miles and Isaac have the new coaches that they brought in, not just Mickey Joseph, but how much has that changed just the feel and the look and practice you get with new OC, a new running backs coach, a new O-line coach, special teams coordinator, and a new receivers coach?
I feel like they turned practice up a little bit more. They put that fire in their guys to make them want to go harder, and that don't do nothing but make the defense go harder. So I think it's all coming together with having the new coaches.
Yeah, they bring a lot of energy that wasn't there in the offense last year, if we're being honest. And those new coaches really did a good job at turning it up over there.
Well, Tommi Hill, Myles Farmer, Isaac Gifford, Deshon Singleton, we appreciate you guys joining us here on Husker Chat Live.
Yeah, we appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
All right, well, that wraps it up. Once again, Husker Chat Live is brought to you by Sandhills Global, powered by ABM for HuskerOnline.com.